You use the restart feature on your computer or phone almost every day, but have you ever wondered what actually happens when you click that button? You might think it's just a simple reboot, but there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. When you restart your device, it's not just turning off and then back on again. There's a process that happens to get everything up and running smoothly. This process involves a series of complex steps that ensure your device is restored to its optimal state, ready to tackle any task you throw at it. For instance, when you restart your computer, the operating system will often perform a series of checks to ensure that all hardware components are functioning properly, including the RAM, hard drive, and graphics card. Most people think that when they restart their device, it's just a matter of the computer or phone turning off and then back on again. This seems like a straightforward process, but it's actually a bit more complicated than that. When you restart, your device is doing a lot of work to make sure that everything is working properly. It's like when you restart a Wi-Fi router, it's not just turning off and then back on. It's actually resetting the connection and re-establishing communication with your devices. This process is crucial in ensuring that your device can communicate effectively with other devices on the network, and that data is transmitted efficiently. For example, when you restart your Wi-Fi router, it will often perform a series of diagnostics to identify and resolve any issues that may be affecting your internet connection. You're watching Trend Flow, where we explain the tech that runs your life. So, let's dive into what actually happens when you restart your device. Think of it like a refresh, where your device is closing down all the programs and processes that are running, and then restarting them from scratch. It's like a mini vacation for your device, where it gets to start fresh and clean. Imagine if you were working on a complex project, and you just needed to take a break and come back to it with a clear mind. That's basically what's happening when you restart your device. This process is particularly important for devices that are used extensively for gaming or video editing, as it helps to prevent overheating and ensures that the device can perform at its best. But here is what most people do not realize. When you restart your device, it's not just restarting the operating system. It's also restarting all the background processes and services that are running. This includes things like your Wi-Fi connection, your Bluetooth connection, and even the processes that are running in the background to keep your device secure. It's like a big reboot of everything, and it's what helps to keep your device running smoothly and efficiently. Did you know that when you restart your device, it's also checking for any updates or patches that need to be installed? This is why sometimes your device will take a little longer to restart than usual. For instance, if your device is running a version of the operating system that is no longer supported, restarting it may trigger an update to the latest version, which can help to patch any security vulnerabilities. So, what does this mean for you? Well, it means that next time you restart your device, you'll know that it's not just a simple reboot. It's actually a complex process that's happening behind the scenes to keep your device running smoothly. You should also be aware that restarting your device regularly can help to keep it running efficiently and can even help to prevent problems like the blue screen of death. You are doing this right now without realizing it. You're using a device that is capable of restarting itself, and it's what makes it so reliable and efficient. In fact, many devices are designed to automatically restart themselves after a certain period of inactivity, which can help to prevent issues like data corruption and system crashes. The moment you hit restart, your computer begins a sequence called post or power on self-test, a procedure first introduced by IBM in 1981 with the original IBM PC 5150.
During post, the system firmware, known as BIOS on older machines or UEFI on hardware manufactured after roughly 2012, runs through a strict checklist. It verifies the CPU is responding, counts every byte of installed RAM, and confirms that storage drives and peripheral controllers are online.
If any component fails, the system halts and issues a beep code. One long beep followed by two short beeps on many motherboards signals a graphics card error, while a series of short beeps often points to a memory problem. Only after every single check passes does the firmware hand control over to the bootloader, such as Grub on Linux systems or the Windows Boot Manager, which locates your operating system on the drive and begins loading it into memory. You might be wondering, what happens when a Wi-Fi router stops working and needs to be restarted? Well, it's actually a pretty simple process. When a Wi-Fi router stops working, it's usually because it's become overwhelmed with traffic or it's experienced a technical glitch. Restarting the router is like hitting the reset button. It allows the router to start fresh and re-establish connections with all the devices that are connected to it. It's like when you restart your computer, it's a way of giving the router a fresh start and allowing it to work more efficiently. For example, if you're experiencing issues with your internet connection, restarting your Wi-Fi router can often resolve the problem and get you back online quickly. So, the next time you restart your device, remember that it's not just a simple reboot. It's a complex process that's happening behind the scenes to keep your device running smoothly. And if you're experiencing problems with your Wi-Fi connection, try restarting your router. It might just do the trick. You can even try restarting your device and your router at the same time. This can help to ensure that everything is working together smoothly and efficiently. In fact, many experts recommend restarting your Wi-Fi router on a regular basis, such as every week or two, to help prevent issues and keep your connection stable. One reason restarting works so well is that it clears your device's RAM, which is volatile memory, meaning it loses all stored data the instant power is cut. Over hours or days of use, applications can develop what programmers call memory leaks, where a program requests blocks of RAM but never releases them back to the system.
A single browser tab running JavaScript-heavy content can quietly consume over 500 megabytes of memory.
When dozens of these small leaks accumulate, your device slows to a crawl. Restarting forces every process to release its memory, returns the RAM to a clean state, and flushes the disk cache, temporary data stored to speed up repeated file operations, so the operating system can reallocate resources from scratch. This is also why a freshly restarted phone feels noticeably snappier than one that has been running for 2 weeks straight. The idea of starting over applies well beyond personal electronics. In the entertainment and software industries, the term development hell describes a project trapped in an endless cycle of revisions without ever reaching completion.
The horror film Jeepers Creepers 3, for example, was announced shortly after the 2003 sequel, but did not reach theaters until September 2017. A gap of 14 years caused by financing disputes, legal complications, and multiple script rewrites.
Engineers face a similar problem when legacy code becomes so tangled that patching it takes longer than rebuilding from zero. Sometimes the only fix, whether for a stalled film production or a crashing laptop, is to shut everything down and begin again with a clean slate. The next time your screen freezes or your router drops its signal, remember that the restart button is not a sign of failure. It is one of the most effective diagnostic tools engineers ever designed. Subscribe to TrendFlow and stay tuned for more videos that explore the tech that runs your life. Next video, the hidden feature your phone uses every second.